Alright guys, welcome back to another video of KingX.X coming to you guys with a brand new video, and today in this video, I am very hyped because we finally got the playlist update for Call of Duty World War II, and it actually changes a lot of things. One of them is sprint out time, which I know a lot of people have been complaining about literally since like day one of Call of Duty World War II launch. And, well, it finally got changed, which I'll actually talk about it. It's not for every class of weapons, but I will talk about what class it is. And I don't know exactly all the details about, like, how many milliseconds, all this type of stuff. You guys have to figure that figure it out on your own, because I have no idea. I just know what this article tells me. But the article will be linked down below. And here it goes. So the playlist update is live on Call of Duty World War II on the PS4, Xbox One, and the PC. And Sledgehammer Games has announced that they're rolling a sprint out update and weapon tuning patch for World War II starting on February 23rd, which is today. And on Reddit, actually yesterday on Reddit, Sledgehammer Games ended up posting what the patch notes would be like. I'm not sure if you guys have actually checked it out, but pretty much they've been letting us know a lot of the times of like what's going on with their games, so it's pretty cool. But this update actually is pretty cool because, for one, it messes with sprint out time. The other one I don't like, and it's actually a sniper nerf, which I'll talk about. So let's just get into this. So ADS transition times / ADS from sprint times and ADS sprint out times. So the SMGs buffed ADS times and buffed ADS from sprint times. I don't know, that's so confusing, so much ADS. ADS sprint out times match ADS from sprint times. So yeah, pretty much we just got a buff to sprint out time. I actually noticed a little bit. I think it's a good change, at least a step in the right direction. If we can get a better sprint out time on every single weapon, I think that would be pretty cool. Now for the rifles, buffed base ADS transition times, but not ADS from sprint times. ADS sprint out times in an effort to maintain a difference between the SMG and AR class playstyles. So that's pretty cool as well. We have the snipers, Kar98K, and M1903. Now this one I completely disagree, and it seems like we never can find a developer that actually likes snipers, literally besides probably Infinity Ward, because, well, besides Ghost, they didn't really make much changes in Infinite Warfare, so that's pretty cool. But nerfed ADS transition times, a slight quick scoping nerf. When they say slight, it's not a slight. Like, literally, you'll notice it immediately. Especially if you snipe all the time, like I do, you will definitely realize this thing is kind of slow. Like, what is going on? So, the Kar98K and M1903, for some odd reason, got another quick scoping nerf. I don't understand why. Like, why do you have to nerf the snipers? Like, I don't get it. They act like the snipers are literally the easiest thing to use in the game, and it doesn't take time to get used to. I guarantee if you give somebody who's brand new to Call of Duty and tell them to snipe, they're gonna do horrible. And it's not like you can go from a person who's a straight up red gunner and does not snipe all and think that they're gonna do good with a sniper. Like, that stuff actually takes time, even though it may be a little easier in this game and maybe user friendly, but it's not as easy as everybody thinks. Literally, if that was the case, everybody would get a 5 on screen every single game, but clearly that doesn't happen. So that's done with my little mini sniper rant. I may actually make up videos about snipers because I'm kind of getting annoyed. This is like the second time we're looking like Ghost 2. Ghost literally had like 4 sniper nerfs, literally. It's just crazy. But the LMGs buffed base ADS times, so that's pretty cool. And note, base ADS times for SMGs are faster than rifles, and rifles are faster than LMGs. In other words, there's now a more distinction between class playstyles. Now for the weapons, which is actually pretty cool as well. We have the FG42, nerf fire rate so that the damage output is more in line with other weapons in its class. As I said, fire rate nerfs are actually pretty good because it makes the gun way more accurate, so it's pretty nice. The SVT40 buff recoil in effort to make it more manageable to shoot down range and give it better contrast to the M1 Garand. Nerf hip spread to match the M1 Garand, an effort to decrease the ability to quickly kill opponents at closer ranges. We have the M1A1, buff fire rate and an effort to make it more competitive choice amongst other rifles. Slightly slower than the Gewehr 43. And we also have the Gewehr 43, buff fire rate and an effort to make a more competitive choice amongst rifles. And still slightly faster than the M1A1. And buff recoil closer to the M1A1. And buff clip size to be 12 rounds per clip instead of 10. So if you guys like the Wwii 43, well, there's actually a reason to use it now. Now the M30 Lewolf drilling ended up getting a thing, buffed damage per pellet to be on par with recent sawed-off shotguns, so that the shotgun is now more of an automatic 2-shot kill and slightly more forgiving on a 1-shot kill. That's pretty cool. Buff shotgun range so that it's now more feasible to finish off an opponent who didn't die from a rifle bullet. And buffed ADS spread to allow for greater accuracy when shooting enemies that are outside the oblivious shotgun range. And then we have toggle action. Buffs clip size to 8 shots per clip instead of 6. That's pretty cool. In an effort to allow players to have more success with this weapon. And nerfed ADS spread to be on par with other shotguns besides the M30. So those are pretty much everything that's been changed, at least that we know of, because they did not release a full-on patch notes. This is kind of just what they let us actually know about pretty much. But it's pretty a big update, and I'm actually super excited because of that sprint out time. So hopefully we'll get going in the right direction, since we do have a brand new head developer now. And yeah, so if you guys did like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what you guys do want to see next. I will post more Call of Duty World War II videos and Call of Duty videos in general in the future. And if you guys are actually happy for these sprint out times, make sure to do me a favor and like this video, share it, I don't know, comment down below what your thoughts are, and I'm out. Peace.